Happy birthday to Doc.
So today is very special for us here at Doc and within our community because it is the 6-year anniversary since we launched the Doc token and really launched the Doc network and the Doc project behind it. And I'm so excited to be celebrating this huge accomplishment because it really speaks to all of the hard work that our team has put in over the last 6 years, all of the support we've received from the community, and I really believe we have a lot of accomplishments that we can really point to that really show how successful of a project Doc has become.
Can you tell us how it all started? Where did the inspiration come from?
Definitely. So my co-founder and I and our team at the time were working on a different startup. It was remote.com, and at the time it was all about helping people connect to remote work and really a platform for supporting the future of work. This was in like 2016, 2017, before COVID hit and everyone started working remote, and we started learning more and more about blockchain. And as part of building out this marketplace for remote workers, we really got to know at a deep level the challenges that come with individuals who want to, have opportunities for themselves, being able to identify themselves online and provide verified information about themselves to really kind of be available to opportunities that could come their way. And we started learning more about blockchain, and we're really inspired about how Bitcoin and a lot of the crypto projects at that time were really focused on ownership of financial assets and essentially being someone's own bank. And we thought, well, data, especially identity data about our accomplishments, is also extremely valuable, if not more in some ways, as our financial assets. And what if we could use blockchain to leverage how individuals can control and own their own data? And that took us down the path of working with blockchain engineers and advisors and getting a lot of feedback and eventually coming up with the Doc white paper, which launched our project. So that was kind of the start, the genesis of what Doc has become today.
Do you remember where you were 6 years ago? What happened on that day?
I remember that day pretty clearly, given it's been 6 years. But we had decided to launch Doc, and we wanted to fundraise and to bring in a community behind the project. And so we had announced our token sale. We had done a pre-sale up till then, and 6 years ago today was our official public sale. And I remember that we had scheduled a call just for our team to the morning of the event to make sure everything was in order and everything was going to go smooth. And as these things happened, there's a lot of things that did not go smoothly. What we thought would just take us an hour or two in the morning to get organized ended up being a 14-hour long video call with our team, just getting everything figured out. We had essentially that day we had to upload the smart contract for the token sale, and then we had to upload a white list of the different participants who had signed up to participate in the token sale. And the network was extremely congested. We were doing this on Ethereum, and in 2018 there was a lot of challenges with congestion on the network, and so it was just taking a really long time to get everything uploaded to the network, to the point where our whitelist was still uploading right as the token sale was starting. So that was hectic, but we just got it done in time. There was also a lot of security concerns around the token sale. We wanted to do everything we possibly could to make sure we were protecting community members and participants. And we were dealing with fake Doc websites that were copying ours and paying for ads on Google to show up if someone searched Doc token sale. We were dealing with, fake Twitter accounts, scammers on Telegram. At one point, our Telegram account got taken over and we had to like get these bots in really quickly to stop it, with stuff being posted. And throughout it all, we were putting out videos and we were posting on our official channels to the community. I think we did a good job, but that was also really intense, was just, having the scammers coming at us from all angles and, making sure we're on top of that. So it was also a little bit hectic, but we got to the time of the token sale. It was at is 11 p.m. my time, because I'm on the Pacific Coast in the U.S. It was 7 a.m. UTC, and it started, and within 4 hours, it had completely sold out. It was oversubscribed, and that was incredible to see how much support we got from the community. We had limited the amount that one participant could purchase, just so that we could get more people participating, and we ended up with 10,500 participants in the public token sale, which was incredible to see. It was, huge validation for the vision and the doc white paper, and gave us a lot of momentum to actually be able to make this a reality.
Amazing. And since then, what have been the most significant milestones for you?
Yeah, so we had all this excitement coming out the token sale, and then you get back to your desks, the next day and start working and realize how much work there actually is to do. And so we went on this journey. We're very, very committed to making this happen as a successful project. And so we initially were planning to build on Ethereum, and very quickly ran into a lot of the issues that happen when trying to build projects on Ethereum, especially 6 years ago. So things like congestion on the network, high gas fees, the infrastructure still being developed, and kind of layer 2 solutions weren't really around as much. And so we looked around, we did a lot of research, and ended up deciding to move into the Polkadot ecosystem. And what we really loved about Polkadot was the ability for us to build and design from the ground up a blockchain that fully supported the use cases that we wanted to support with decentralized identity. And so we built out the blockchain in Polkadot. We first launched it as a proof of authority network. So that meant we were able to essentially whitelist validators to support this network, and that was very much a phase 1. We knew our goal was to launch a proof of stake network, because we wanted the security and the support that comes from having a network that is supported through open staking. But we started as the proof of authority chain. We launched that in September of 2020, and then we had to do a token migration. We were so nervous about this token migration, because it meant that it was on us to notify the community and get in touch with everybody, out there in the world who had doc tokens, to get them to come and do this token migration process. And, there's always security concerns around these things, and we of course had it audited as well. But thankfully, it went really smooth. We had 97% of the tokens migrated from the original ERC20 tokens to the new Polkadot token, which is amazing. That means 97% of the token holders, or of the tokens that were held by participants, those participants were able to migrate and continue supporting us on Polkadot. And then from there, in July 2021, we launched our proof of stake network. So that means that and that's the same network that is still functioning today, that is being used every day, but we have 50 validators who support the network and provide us the staking mechanisms, and we have many community members and support on staking the network. So those are really exciting kind of network milestones. And then we've also done a lot to support organizations issuing credentials using the DOC blockchain and the DOC network. And so we launched the project. At a certain point, we wanted to make sure that we had the legal entities correctly set up to support the project. So we set up the DOC Association, which is a Swiss nonprofit association. We chose Switzerland as our jurisdiction because it makes it, there's a lot of really clear regulation, and you can spend so much money on lawyers when that's not the case. And so we wanted to be located somewhere where we felt like we knew we knew that what we were doing was, all being done correctly. We could focus on building our project and not, trying to navigate unclear regulation. And so we set up the Dock Association to oversee the network as a nonprofit, because we believe that, that's how, that the network should be supported by a nonprofit association that's committed to, the values and the mission of the network. And we separately set up Dock Labs as a commercial entity to grow adoption of the network and to be able to provide the products and the services that are needed for organizations to actually adopt this technology. And so from there, under Labs, we built out a whole SaaS platform to support usage of the network. And as we were designing and building this, we spoke to many organizations, both in Web 2 and Web 3, and tried to really understand what it would mean to for them to actually adopt this. So all in all, we had a lot of milestones. I think we've achieved over the last 6 years with launching the network. We've also made it through 2 crypto winters now and had to carefully manage our treasury, which is actually very challenging to do. And I'm very excited about where things are today.
Awesome. And can you tell our community what Dock is doing to drive real world adoption of our platform?
Definitely. So I will say that driving adoption, having real world usage has always been our North Star. We're only as successful as, as a project, as a technology, as how many organizations and people's lives this actually touches and improves. And so, like I mentioned, as part of our journey, we spoke with many organizations to really understand their needs. And what we learned is that in order for organizations to adopt this technology, it needs to be easy to use, it needs to be familiar. A lot of the complexity that comes with blockchain technology needs to be abstracted away. And that really led us to launch our certs API and our SaaS platform, as well as a wallet for supporting credentialing. And we are now working with a number of companies in different use cases, from education to workforce management and finance and in identity, who are actually integrating and providing this technology as part of their solutions. And so it's been incredible to see, going back 6 years, what started as this idea to actually today being used and starting to be a lot more widely adopted.
And can you unveil anything about what the future or the near future holds for Dock?
Yeah, definitely. We have some really exciting features that are, one is in beta right now and one's going to be launched next quarter. So one is called Ecosystem Tools. So to date, we've enabled organizations to issue, to manage, revoke credentials, verify them, and also store them in the wallet. And so Ecosystem Tools really brings all of that together and gives organizations the ability to build out kind of the functionality and the governance and the permissions for them to actually engage with other organizations or with between departments within their own organization to make sure that, or to enable them to share credentials in a way where it's permissioned and there is consistency around how that's done. And that's also in a lot of ways a precursor to the next big feature that we're rolling out that we are very excited about. We've had multiple partners and major organizations speaking to us, because of this new feature essentially that we're working on, but that is verifier pays issuer functionality. So that means an organization that issues a credential and gives it to an individual, when they go to share it, they can actually receive revenue and be paid by the verifier for that credential. And for those kind of not familiar with this industry as much, that is really valuable because it creates the right incentives for these credentials to be reused and for organizations that issue their credentials to be able to make revenue, whereas before they're not able to in the same way. And so we think this is going to be a really, really big milestone for us and open a lot of doors. And just to tease a couple more things, we do have some pretty big kind of partnership announcements in the work as well. One is a large university in the US that is working with a government agency that I'm sure everyone will recognize when we announce it. And so that's coming up. And then we also have a pretty big identity provider too that is adopting this technology in a really cool way and supporting some really good organizations with it as well. So I can't say more than that, but just keep an eye out for some pretty big partnership announcements as well.
Amazing. Elina, thank you very much, and congrats to Doc.
Yeah, definitely. Congrats to all of us, to the community. It's really been, it's been incredible to do this, where I think traditional startups, you've kind of, you're in your own little bubble sometimes, working away, but with the kind of the crypto community and having a token out there, it really creates this kind of new and different way to do projects and to have that support. So it's exciting. To be celebrating this across the board with everybody.